Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back. Welcome back. We love having you here at Read to Me, Miss Tracy. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for liking and sharing our story times with you guys. We bring books to life at Read to Me, Miss Tracy. And Miss Tracy, that's me. I love to read books to kids. I love reading books, period. And you know what? I get a lot of my books from the library. And a lot of times for kids, it doesn't even cost you any money, a lot of money to get your card. It's free 99. You can go there with mom and dad and grandmas and your school, and you guys can share books and all kind of cool things at the library. True story. So speaking of that, so today it's like springtime here, so you see a lot of rainbows. Wait, you guys do know what a rainbow is, right? You don't? You're curious? You're a curious George that wants to learn about the rainbow? Good. I'm glad you asked because we're going to talk about it in this here book. Curious George discovers the rainbow. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? And this is from the PBS Kids series, and I got it from the library. Okay, you ready? I'm ready for the story. Cool, you ready? Okay, let's go. Curious George discovers the rainbow, an adaptation by Amy E. Cherrix, based on the TV series Teleplay written by Michael Maurer. Good for them. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. Sometimes curiosity gets a good little monkey lost in the woods, especially when he's chasing leprechauns. Would you believe that that's how Curious George discovered the rainbow, and it all started on a bright and sunny day. It was a beautiful day in the country. Steve and Betsy were visiting from the city for the very first time. George couldn't wait for their outdoor adventure to begin. But first, they had to unpack. When Betsy dropped her books, George rushed to help her pick them up. That's when he saw something he had never seen before. Something amazing. That's a rainbow, George, said Betsy. See the pot of gold at the end? And the leprechaun? Rainbows are always in the same 7 colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, and violet. There's a little fun fact over here. Did you know when we look at a rainbow, our eyes can only see the 7 basic colors of the rainbow? But there are more than 1 million other colors in the rainbow that our eyes cannot see. I didn't know that. You can remember the 7 basic colors of the rainbow by remembering the name Roy G. Biv. Red for R, O for orange, Y for yellow, G for green, B for blue, I for indigo, and V for violet. See, you're always learning something. We edutain here on the Read to Me, Miss Tracy show. Rainbows are created by the sun and the rain, Betsy explained. But I can make a rainbow without either. Really? Want to see? I want to see. A rainbow inside? George could hardly wait. Betsy used scissors to cut out a little slit in the center of a sheet of paper. Then she taped the paper over a flashlight and shined the light through a fishbowl full of water. The flashlight is like a sunbeam, and the water is like a giant raindrop. The light shines through the water, and behold, Betsy said proudly, a rainbow! You see how the light's flashing through? And then there's the light, and then there's the rainbow. Pretty cool, huh? Here's another fun fact. Did you know a rainbow is actually made of water and light? I didn't know that, did you? The sun's rays bounce off of raindrops. This is called a reflection, kind of like the reflection of your face in the mirror. The raindrops' shape bends the light in many different directions. This is called refraction. Can you say it with me? Refraction. This is called refraction. When light bounces and bends off billions and billions of droplets in the sky, the rainbow appears. This is fascinating. Test it out. This is what you'll need when you're going to use your test. You'll need a round glass bowl or a pitcher filled with water, check. A flashlight, check. A sheet of paper, check, check. A pair of scissors and tape. And ask an adult to help you follow along Betsy's instructions to create your very own rainbow inside. George thought Betsy's rainbow was nice, but there was no leprechaun or pot of gold. Yeah. George wondered if he would ever see a real rainbow that spanned the whole sky. Have you seen a rainbow? I have. He looked out the window. White, fluffy clouds floated by. Looks like the nice day, said the man with the yellow hat. Meanwhile, the man helped Steve prepare for a hike. Have you ever seen any wild animals? Steve asked. We've got skunks and deer. I've even seen a moose or two, the man replied. A moose? Steve said. Now there's something you don't see in the city. Did you know plants and animals rely on the weather? The right balance of temperature, rain, and sunshine makes plants grow, so people and animals will have food to eat. Too much water destroys a plant's roots. Without enough water, they dry out. All of these things, land, weather, living things, make up an environment. Not every environment is right for every animal. Moose prefer quiet mountain environments. That's why you won't find them in the city. What other animals might you find outside the city? Probably bears, lions. Thank goodness the lions and the bears are outside the city. Let's see what we might see. Well, we talked about moose. Buffalo. You ever seen buffalo walking down Main Street? I don't think so. So here's another fun fact over here. Did you know, ding, there are 3 basic types of clouds. Oh, I love this. Here's some pictures too. The white fluffy clouds outside George's windows are called cumulus clouds. These white fluffy ones like that. Can you see? Those are cumulus clouds. They are often called fair weather clouds, but can bring thunderstorms when they grow bigger. Stratus clouds are like gray and flat like sheets. Stratus, like straight across, straight stratus. They can produce light rain or drizzle. There you go. Can you see that? Light rain or drizzle. And then cirrus clouds, meaning ringlets or curl, are usually white and mean fair weather, like these. Those look kind of fluffy to me too. Wispy more. Maybe wispy, kind of like a cotton ball. Ooh, or cotton candy. Yum, yum. Pretty good stuff, isn't it? Here's another fun fact. Did you know, ding, that thunder and lightning are partners? When there is thunder, there's always lightning, even when we can't see it. When a bolt of lightning shoots through the clouds toward the ground, it creates an open space in the air. When the light vanishes, the opening is closed. This creates a loud boom! Ha ha! Got you, didn't I? Sound. And that's the thunder. We may not see lightning if a storm is too far away, but when a storm is close, we always see lightning before we hear thunder. Can you guess why? Well, because the light travels faster than the sound. Aha! Good deal. I'm learning all kinds of good things in this book. This is a good one. At last, it was time for their hike. Outside, the sun was shining, but the temperature was cooler, and more clouds were rolling in. "I'm driving into town to get food for dinner," said the man. Just then, thunder grumbled low in the distance. "If it rains, head home," he added. "George knows the way." George led them into the forest. "I'm not leaving without a picture of a moose," Steve said. Just then, he felt a raindrop. "Oh no, not rain! Do we have to go back already?" "I don't think so," Betsy said. "It's probably going to stop soon. Look, the sun is already peeking through the clouds." Sunlight and rain at the same time? Huh, could this be George's lucky day? Sure enough, when he turned around, there was a huge, colorful rainbow arcing across the sky. His wish had come true. Ah! "That's the biggest rainbow I've ever seen," said Betsy. George was excited to have found a rainbow, but he couldn't see the pot of gold from here. Steve was excited too. "I'm climbing this tree to take a picture of the rainbow," he said, scampering high into its branches. Fun fact. Ding! Did you know, even though a rainbow looks like an arch when seen from the ground, there's another half you can't see? I didn't know that. Wow. If you could look at a rainbow from high above the ground in an airplane, you would see that a rainbow is actually a full circle. This is an arch, but a full circle, half of the arch. We think I did not know that. Huh. From the ground or the sky, the best time to see a rainbow is during a light rain or just after the rain has stopped. Rainbows are even better during the sunset because the sun is low in the sky. Look, there's a picture of it right there. See it? And if you think about it, it really is kind of like a circle, huh? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. George needed a better view, too. He knew if he was going to find the pot of gold or see a leprechaun, he needed to get closer. So, what do you think he did? Well, George ran off in search of the rainbow's end with Charky close behind. "Charky! George! Wait!" Betsy yelled, chasing them through the rain. But when Betsy finally caught up with them, George tried to explain that he'd wanted to reach the pot of gold, but no matter how far or fast he and Charky ran, the rainbow only got farther and farther away. Did you know a rainbow is an optical illusion, meaning your eyes, it just seems like there's one there, but it's really nothing there. That's a trick of the eye that makes us see something that isn't really there. We can see a rainbow, but we can never really touch one because it's only made of light. Test it out. You'll need a pencil, check, your hand, check, and an audience. Hold the pencil lightly between your thumb and your index finger. Gently move your arm up and down. Notice that the pencil appears to bend like rubber. That's an optical like glasses, optical. That's an optical illusion. That does not depend, the pencil it's not made of rubber. I mean, you can't have rubber pencils, but not this way, but it looks like it's bending, huh? It only looks like it's bending. The leprechaun with the pot of gold is just a fairy tale, said Betsy. But I guess it couldn't hurt to look just in case, could it, Steve? But Steve was nowhere in sight. He'll catch up with us, said Betsy. Let's keep going. They hadn't gone far when something small and green hopped through the bushes. Could it be the leprechaun? George thought. He must be getting close to the pot of gold now. Do you see something green in the bushes? I wonder. Do you see anything green in the bushes? Guess we'll find out. But it was only a green frog. Ribbit, ribbit. I thought so. George would be happy to meet a frog, but it was no leprechaun. George wasn't disappointed for long, though, because the frog had led him to a second rainbow. Sorry, George, Betsy said. That's not another rainbow. It's only the reflection of the rainbow on the water. How will we keep chasing the rainbow now? We need to cross the river. Here's another fun fact. Ding! Did you know there is such a thing as a secondary rainbow? When light does not escape the raindrop after being reflected the first time, it reflects off the raindrop's surface a second time, creating what looks like a double rainbow. But most of the light is already used up, so the second rainbow will be harder to see. If you're near a body of water when there's a rainbow in the sky, you might also see a reflected rainbow, like George did. Just as a rainbow reflects light, a lake, a pond, or even a puddle can reflect light too. Pretty cool, huh? Just then, Chalky darted through the bushes after the frog and found what they needed most, a boat. Uh-oh, Betsy said as they floated away. How will Steve ever catch up with us now? Meanwhile, Steve realized he was all alone. Chalky! Betsy! George? Uh-oh, where are you? He called. Suddenly, something moved in the bushes. What do you think it was? A moose! Steve shouted, snapping a picture. But the moose didn't like Steve's loud voice or his camera. Steve was scared. He was about to call for help when he heard a voice. Back away from the moose slowly, the boy said. It was George's friend Bill. He knew a lot about the wilderness, and whatever you do, don't frighten it, Bill added. The moose walked off into the forest. When the coast was clear, Bill introduced himself. Hi, I'm Bill, and you're lucky I found you. Moose can be dangerous. Hey, I'm Steve, he said to Bill. Since you're so good at finding things, maybe you can help me find my sister and our friend George? I know George, Bill said. Follow me. I saw his friend in town. He'll help us. Here's a fun fact. Ding! That moose are good swimmers. Did you know that? Huh! When temperatures rise, they keep cool in the mountain lakes and streams. Moose are also heavy and fast. They weigh up to 1,500 pounds or 680 kilograms and can run 35 miles per hour. That's like the speed zone when you're in your school zone. That's really fast. Wow, I didn't know that. Or 56 kilometers per hour. If they feel threatened, they are considered more dangerous than grizzly bears. Dun, dun, dun! I didn't know that. Oh, man. That's pretty cool. Steve, said the man. Steve, said the man. Where are Betsy, Chalky, and George? We got separated in the woods. Steve said, I don't know where they went. Just then, something sparkly caught his eye. More rainbows! Oh, yeah, Steve remembered. George saw a rainbow right before they ran off. If I know George, I bet he went to find the gold at the end of the rainbow. I have an idea to help him get home, said the man. Here's a fun fact. Ding! Did you know a prism is an object that reflects and refracts? Can you see that? Refracts. And refracts light? Raindrops are prisms, and so are diamonds and crystals. Light bounces off of their surfaces and separates to create rainbows. Pretty cool. When George, Betsy, and Charky reached the shore, daylight was fading, and so was the rainbow. George knew they needed to get home before dark. There was only one problem. He didn't know where they were anymore. Oh my. Suddenly, Charky began to bark. Something was glowing from the end of the rainbow. It must be their pot of gold. George, Betsy, and Charky raced toward the light. Here's a fun fact, because it's getting dark, so there's sunset, right? Let's listen. Did you know? Ding! Colorful sunrises and sunsets are also created by the reflection of light. The reflection and reflection of light. The sun is low in the sky during these times of day, and light bounces off the dust, gas, and air particles to form the tiny prisms. The result is a bright display of red, yellow, and orange across the whole sky. Remember, even when you can't see the sunrise or the sunset because of rain and clouds, it still happens every day. Wow, good book. George, over here, called the man with the yellow hat. Balloon! He was standing on the roof of their house holding a bright, shiny balloon that was wearing a very familiar yellow hat. George was happy to be home with his friends. There was no pot of gold, but he knew he had found the real treasure at the end of the rainbow. Neat. So here's another little experiment you can do at home. Measuring rainfall. How much water falls during a rain shower? You can measure it by making a rain gauge. You'll need a clear jar and a ruler. Check and check. For the directions, place your jar outside where it can collect water when it starts to rain. Once the shower is over, use the ruler to measure how much water you collected. And then you can explore further. Rain is caused by the Earth's water cycle. There are 3 parts. 1. Evaporation. Heat from the sun causes water in lakes, streams, and oceans to turn from a liquid to a gas. This gas, also called water vapor, rises into the sky, forming clouds. 2. Condensation. Condensation. Water vapor begins to cool and becomes liquid again. 3rd, precipitation. Liquid falls from the sky as rain, snow, sleet, or even hail. The sun evaporates the precipitation and the cycle begins again. Cool, that's the water cycle. Evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. How close is a thunderstorm? Did you know, ding, you could use time to figure out if a thunderstorm is getting closer or farther from where you are. You will need your eyes, ojos, or your ears, I forgot the word for that in Spanish, and a thunderstorm, of course. Oros, no, that's not it. Ojos, eyes. If you know it, send a link into Read to Me, Miss Tracy, and tell us about it. And here's the directions to tell if the storm is getting farther or closer to you. From a safe place indoors, watch the sky for a flash of lightning. Count the number of seconds that pass until you hear a clap of thunder. Remember that number. Here's a hint. You can use a watch or count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and so on. At the next flash of lightning, count the seconds until you hear thunder again. Repeat this process several times. If the amount of time between lightning flashes and thunderclaps gets longer, the storm is moving away from you. If the amount of time between lightning and thunder gets shorter, the storm is getting closer. Cool beans. And here's one last little experiment you can do. Little craft here. Did you know that there are 2 types of colors? There are primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. And then the secondary colors are orange, purple, and green. Secondary colors are created when primary colors are mixed together, like this. So you want to make orange. You're going to take the 2 primary colors, red and yellow. When you mix those together, they're going to make orange. Then when you take red and blue, they make purple, one of my favorite colors. And then blue and then yellow make green. Cool beans. These combinations create the colors of the rainbow. Now, to test it out, you will need a shallow bowl or a pie plate, and then a whole milk or half and half milk. Room temperature works best. Red, yellow, blue food coloring, a liquid dish soap, and a cotton swab. Then you're going to pour enough milk to cover the bottom of the bowl. Near the center of the bowl, add 3 drops of red food coloring to the milk, keeping the drops in one spot. Repeat this step with the yellow and blue food coloring to create a triangle. See? Red, yellow, and blue. See that? Now, the third step is going to squeeze a drop of dish soap into one end of your cotton swab and carefully place the soapy end directly into the milk, into the center of your triangle. Hold it there for 10 seconds. What happens? Let's see what happens. Add another drop of soap to your cotton swab and try dipping it into different spots. How many colors do you see? Just like this down there. You see? Cool beans. That's the end of our book. So you can check this out at your library or you can buy it online. Thank you for listening to our story all about discovering the rainbows. I hope you learned a lot because I certainly did. I love learning about my world. Don't you? Like our video if you need to. Please comment. Hopefully good comments. And let me know what you think about our little show here. Let us know if you're learning some stuff. I really enjoy it. Or there's a book that you want us to read. I will certainly do that for you. Read to me, Miss Tracy. I'm smiling so hard. We bring books to life. Thank you very much. Bye, Curious George. Doo-doo.